Hello friend, welcome to the course Microsoft Power BI Beginner to PL300 Certified. In this course, you will get to learn everything what needs to learn about Power BI and get a certification on PL300. You will get to know how you can convert your raw data into a meaningful and beautiful dashboard and how you can share it over your connected networks. In this course, total we have 8 sections. Actually, this is an overview lecture of Power BI. We are going to cover complete Power BI with the help of these 8 sections. Introduction of Power BI, data connectivity and transformation, data modeling, data analysis expression and DAX application. Fifth one will be the report creation and visualization. Sixth one will be the dashboard creation and sharing over a connected network. Sixth one will be the full project with multiple and complex data sets. And the last one will be the PL300 examination preparation, certification and interview question and answers. So what is BI? BI stands for business intelligence. It refers to technologies, processes and practice used to collect, integrate, analyze and represent business information. The goal of BI is to support better decision making within organizations. It helps organizations improve decision making, identify opportunities of growth, optimize processes, and gain a competitive edge in the market. Key component of BI, it is a data integration. With the help of database spreadsheet, we can integrate our data. Data analysis, query report, data mining, and statistical analysis. Data visualization, interactive chart, graph, and dashboard. Predictive analysis, with the help of BI we can predict like the future expenses, future of the processes where we have to work and where we have to focus, forecast future trends and upcoming based on the historical data. What is Power BI? Power BI is a business analytical service developed by Microsoft. It enables users to visualize and analyze data from various resources, create interactive report and dashboards, and share insights across their organization. Why Power BI? How Power BI? For whom it is? Why? Data preparation, data analysis, data visualization. These are the three main features which help us to analyze, to prepare our data, raw data into a meaningful data, analyze the data and visualize it over a dashboard. How it is going to perform these activities? Power BI desktop. This is a tool on which we are going to focus in this course, Power BI desktop. Power BI Pro and Power BI mobile, which help us to share our dashboard or reports over the connected networks organization. Who? Individual, team, organization. Everyone can use this Power BI for their analysis or prediction of the upcoming trends in the market. Prepare and create. Prepare the database, create a visual chart or dashboard, collaborate and share it over the connected network. Access anywhere. With the help of Power BI mobile, we can access dashboards report anywhere. Power BI key features: data connectivity. We can connect our Power BI dashboard with the database like SQL, MongoDB, etc., spreadsheets, fat files. Data transformation and modeling. We can clean, shape, and manipulate our data. Data visualization, interactive chart, graphs, and dashboard. Creative report and dashboards. Natural language queries. Data sharing and collaboration. Security and governance. Component of Power BI. There are total 5 main components in Power BI. Power BI Desktop, the tool on which we are going to work very shortly, which help us to connect, create report and build the dashboard. Power BI services, collaborate, share, access data insights from anywhere. Power BI mobile, access reports and dashboard from their mobile. Power BI report builder, It is a kind of snapshot of current data to the client. No data modeling involved here. Power BI report server for the sensitive data. Power BI provide their server for the security reasons on a sensitive reports. What is Power BI desktop? Power BI Desktop is a free desktop application provided by Microsoft that serves as a comprehensive tool for data analysis, visualization, and report creation. It has a simple and interactive interface that makes it easy for users to connect data source, transform and visualize data, and create report and dashboard. It is a part of broad Power BI ecosystem, which also includes the Power BI service, cloud-based platform, and Power BI mobile applications. Key feature of Power BI desktop include data connectivity, data transformation and modeling, data visualization, report authoring, query editor, tags, data analysis expressions, and report sharing and distribution. How to install Power BI desktop? We need to download from website which is provided by Microsoft, and we need to search here where we can easily get the installer. This is the website, this is the link, and this is the website. I'm going to show you everything over our Chrome, and this is the our URL which help us to find out the um, exact place from where you can download. Okay, let's jump into the Chrome. To install the Microsoft Power BI on your local machine, we need to get installer first. Okay, so for that we have to search Power BI desktop download on Chrome or any other browser what you guys are preferring. Okay, here we will get option like this is the place where we have to jump Microsoft Power BI. This is a website provided by Microsoft, and here Microsoft used to place everything related to the Power BI. You will get all the products here. All the products are listed here on which we discussed in our previous videos. This time we have to download uh, Power BI desktop. Click this one, and here you will get two options: download free or download with the language. Preferred language English, and download this one. You will get these two options. We need to select one for 64-bit and download it. Okay, let it download. Now, our file is downloaded successfully. This is the application file to install Microsoft Power BI desktop on your machine. One more thing we have to understand, we should know, Microsoft Power BI is only available for the Windows machine, not for the Mac one. Okay, to install on Mac you have to use VM or any other thing and work with that, then only you can able to install Power BI on your system. This is the exe. Let's double click on this. Okay, it will show this pop-up. Need to do next. Actually in my machine already it is there, that's why it is asking for repair or remove. Okay, I'm just canceling this one. Yes, and at the end you will get this window. Okay, need to click finish. So this is the process of installing Microsoft Power BI on your local machine. Once the installation is done successfully, you will get this logo on your desktop. Okay, this is the logo and this is the application on which we are going to work. I'll click on this logo. It will open Power BI application. So this is our Power BI desktop. Once you jump inside the application, you will get this page. You have to click get started, and you will reach this window. Here you have so many things on which we are going to talk in upcoming videos. It will ask you to log in. Okay, you have to give your student email ID or company email ID to log in the account. You cannot log in with your Gmail account or any other account. Okay. for now I have cancelled. Okay, and if you don't have account, then it will give you the option to create the account. Okay? So no need to worry about those things. And this is our application. So this is our desktop application, and here you will find like section wise they have divided everything. Like for data, this is the home actually, and data, queries, insert, calculation, and here is the charts option. Here you can find out report view, table view, model view, page is there. So I'm going to brief you one by one about everything what you are what you are getting in this screen this time. So first look of our Power BI desktop report, how we are going to create our reports and how it will look like. This is a screenshot of Power BI with three of the visualization. This is the card, this is the dongle chart, and this is our map. This is our Power BI desktop tool. Okay. So here from right we have data. Under this section you will find out all the data set what you have connected with your Power BI tool. So here all the columns you will get. It is the column from your sheet as well as some columns what you are going to generate here. This is the visualization section. Here you will get all the visualizers like map, chart, dongle, card. So many things are there which we will learn in upcoming videos. And this is a filter. We can use this section to apply the filters in our application. In the bottom we have one uh, a logo. It's look like a desktop, so it show us the desktop overview layout. This will show us mobile layout. Page 1 is there, we can rename it from here, and we can also new page here by clicking this button. This section where you are getting these maps and everything, this is the section where we are going to work. We will place our visualizer here to create report and database. On the left hand side you have this report view, then you have a data view. You will get all the data what you are going to visualize over report or dashboard. Here is the section. In this you will get all the tables related things like columns, and if you have numbers of tables and there are primary key foreign key relationship is there, then you will also get everything on this panel. There is a file in which you will get a very common options like save, new, open, and option and setting. One new thing is there with the help of which you can jump into the options. This is a data setting option, and this is the option where you will get additional things you can enable. You can uh, make the changes of your desktop overview. These are the global options, and these are the current file options, reasons, dates, and everything. For the reasons, just check, yeah, it is US, um, English United States. For language and all it is here, and for report setting is there. You can click here and go to the report settings. Okay, so this is the section which we will get from file. Then we'll jump to the home. Here paste, cut, copy is there. I hope you guys are very familiar for those things. But other than this, like data, in data, get data, you can use this section to connect with your data source directly. You can jump with the Excel workbook, data hub, SQL server, data entry. You can create your own data table in the uh, desktop, BI desktop, and recent file what you have visited or what you have created you will find out from here. This is the query, data transformation and refresh. If something you have done on your data source, then you can refresh from here, or you can jump to the transfer data to check the changes what you have performed. As new add for new visuals you have this button. You can add text and many more visuals. New measures, quick measures are there which you can apply into your data set. Publish button is there. It helps us to publish our uh, created report or dashboard over the network. Insert option is there. We can insert new visuals, more visuals. This is the AI visual sections. With the help of that We have to just pass minimal amount of data and it will create a report for you. It will give the answers in a form of chart, reports, and many more. We'll learn in upcoming videos. This is the few things which provided by Power Platform, paginated, Power App, Power Automate. Text button is there, shapes are there. You can implement images. You can insert in your reports. Then modeling uh, a little bit. I'm just want to give you a little glimpse about modeling. Modeling is just a kind of making normalization in SQL Server. In the modeling, again we have new measures, quick measures, new columns, new tables, and new parameters are there. You can manage your roles, to whom you want to show your desktop or dashboards or your reports. Language sections are there. You can select and change the language. View, you can make the changes in overall view of your reporting sections. Page views are there. Mobile layout, you can check and get mobile layout. uh, Grid line, snap trail, lock objects are there. Filters are there. You can apply bookmark selections. You can measure your performance with the help of performance analyzer. You can check how long your report is taking to upload a particular report or refreshing the data. Sync slicer, actually we are using slicer for apply the filters on the reports and the dashboards. Optimize, with the help of these sections we can optimize the performance of our report and dashboard, like the time of refreshment and how long it is taking to perform one refreshment or loading a data. Everything we can get from here. We can pause the visuals, refresh the visuals, optimize this thing. Performance analyzers apply all size buttons with the help of these things. Help menu will help us to get help from Microsoft or get the guidelines uh, like uh, about your tool, guided learning, training videos, documents, supports, Power BI blogs, community, Power BI developers, and many more are there. Just install the application and start like clicking one by one everything. You will get so many things while jumping into the tool. So this is our tool on which we are going to work very shortly. Questions are there. What is source file? Actually, I'm going to use this source file term in this video. That's why I thought it is good to give you a small brief about source file. A source file in Power BI is an initial data provider that serves as the foundation of building analytics and visualization within the Power BI environment. In Power BI, a source file typically refers to a file from which data is imported or connected to build reports, dashboards, visualizations. This file could be in various formats such as Excel, CSV, JSON, SQL database, SharePoint list, web page, etc. Actually, this is going to help us to collect the data on which we are going to create our report or visualization. This is maybe a raw data or a full-fledged developed data which we are going to use. Difference between Power BI and Excel. Yes, both of the tools are working with data sets and also able to create the reports and visualizations, but Power BI have lot more on the basis of purpose and focus, size and scalability, data modeling and transformation, visualization and reporting. So these all are the points what I have covered. You can go through all the points and get all the basic differences. What is data source in our Power BI? In Power BI, a data source refers to a location or provider of a data that you want to use for analysis and visualization within the Power BI environment. A data source could be any type of data repository or services from which you can retrieve data. Here is a diagram which helps you to understand the process of our data loading, extracting, transforming in our Power BI desktop. I have taken only four uh, examples of data sources like MySQL, Azure, SQL database, Excel, JSON file. We are going to extract it, transform it, load it, and then perform visualization over our Power BI desktop. And these three things, extraction, transformation and loading, comes under Power BI query editor. This is a very powerful tool which is inside in our Power BI desktop. I will explain you once we will jump into our tool. Available data sources in Power BI. Power BI is a very powerful tool and it provides a huge range of data sources which we can use to extract the data and create a meaningful dashboard. Few are there like files, Excel spreadsheets, CSV files, XAML files, text files and JSON. Database like SQL Server, MySQL, Postgres, Oracle and many more. Online services like Dynamic 365, Salesforce, Google Analytics, Facebook, Twitter. Other services like SharePoint lists, Azure services, OData feeds and many more. Power BI provides a user-friendly interface for connecting to data sources and offers a wide range of connectors to accommodate various data storage and service platforms, making it a versatile tool for data analysis and visualization. How to connect data source? Let's jump into the tool. This is our Power BI desktop, and here you can select your data source and connect with the tool with the help of these buttons. As well as you have one more option, you can select the data source from this place as well. If you are unable to find out your desired data source type, here more button is there. You need to click this more button and it will show you all kind of data source which is supported by Power BI. In the all, you will get everything over here, and it is also categorized all the data source type like file, Excel spreadsheets or workbook, CSV file, text file, XAML, JSON, etc. Database, SQL Server, Oracle, IBM DB2 database kind of you will get from here. Microsoft Fabric you will get here. Power Platform provided by Power BI you will get from this place. All the Azure services comes under Azure. Online services you will get from here, and others you will find out everything in this place like web, SharePoint list, OData feed, all the other kind of data sources. This time I am going to connect one Excel workbook and one CSV file in this demo section. Okay, same thing you will get from file section as well. Okay, I'm selecting this Excel workbook. It will ask you from where you want to fetch your data source. So these are all the options. I'm selected this one, open. It will take few seconds to upload your entire data on our application, on our tool Power BI desktop. But before importing everything on Power BI desktop, a middle tool is there which known as Power Query Editor. And with the help of that, we can edit our query, we can perform ETL and load to our Power BI desktop. So here you are getting all the records what inside your file. Here we are getting two options, load and transform. Click on transform data. With the help of transform data, we can perform ETL activities. ETL means extract, transform and load. If you want to make some changes in the data, you want to remove the null values, you want to change any particular record, or you want to add your own columns, you can perform in this one. So this is our Power Editor, Power Query Editor window, which is inbuilt in our Power BI desktop, and here we can perform ETL. So this is the sheet, and here we are getting all the data what we have written down in that particular data source. Suppose if anyone asks to add one more data source, here is the option we are getting, and now this time we are going to add CSV file. Again we have to choose the file, and this time we selected as a data source as a CSV, so only CSV file will get here. So this time I am going to choose this file, load this file, and this is a CSV file. So this time we are getting a different window before uploading all the things in our query editor window. So this is the pop-up window. Here you will get one delimiter option, because in CSV file we don't have data organized in a tabular form. We there will be some delimiter. It may be the space, comma, or any other thing. You can choose from here and click OK. It will upload your entire data in your Power Query editor window, and you can analyze, verify. If you want to make any changes, you want to transform the data, you can perform everything here. All the activity what you are going to perform with your data or with your data sources or sheets, every step you will find out in this right side corner. Left side corner you will get all your data sources, and right side corner you will get all the activities what you have performed. This is the way how we are connecting our data sources in our Power BI desktop. And once everything is done, we need to close and apply. We have to press this button. This will load all your data what you uploaded on Power Query Editor to your Power BI desktop. It will take few seconds, because the data what we have uploaded in Power Query Editor, it has to be way in such a form that will be feasible for our Power BI desktop. Here again a right side window is there, where you can get your data sets, or you can say data source records what just now we have uploaded. Everything is there, and we can use these records in upcoming videos. So this is the way how we are performing things, and you will get few more things from this corner. With the help of that, you are going to get everything what is related to your data, kind of um, data sets what you have um, created, what you have attached, the data source connected here. Okay, in the tabular form you will get everything here to verify it, and the visualization we can perform with the help of data we have just now uploaded. So this is the way how we are performing our data connectivity. So for as a kind of summary, here is the option. We can choose our data source type and we can upload. It will open up our Power Query Editor window, from where you can perform the transformation or extraction, everything. Then you have to load entire thing in our Power BI desktop. Data source configuration and settings. To perform data source setting and configuration, we need to jump into the file menu, need to choose this option, options and settings. You will get data source setting option here, and you can make the changes what requires. You can change the source location, you can edit the permission, you can clear the permission, you can export PBIDS file which any user can use as a connection string. And same window you can find out when you are jump into query editor window. Data source setting is there, this box. This will help you to perform same activities what I have shown over a Power BI desktop options. Similar kind of options also you will get here. So this is the way how we can perform the changes, settings and configurations in our Power BI desktop with the help of file menu option and with the help of query editor. Transformation. In Power BI, data transformation refers to a process of cleaning, shaping, and enriching raw data from various sources to make it suitable for analysis and visualization. Data transformation is a crucial step in the data preparation workflow, as it ensures that the data is accurate, consistent, and structured in a way that enable meaningful insight to be delivered from data resource. So in our data set, it is not guaranteed that we have the exact value what we are going to visualize. So a data set what we receive, it may be in a kind of raw data in which incorrect formatting is there, errors, missing data or incorrect values. So with the help of transformation, cleaning, shaping, enrichment, filtering, we can convert the raw data into a accurate, structured and consistent data. The next question is, why data transformation? What is the importance of data transformation? See, when we are going to collect any data source from any client or for any of the project, it may contain some error values, some missing values, some incorrect data, some formatting issues are there. So for that, we have to perform the transformation. We have to remove the errors. We have to remove inconsistencies, add missing values. We can add a default value for all the missing values, filter accurate values only. So for that, transformation will help us. With the help of transformation, we'll get accurate, structured, consistent data for the data modeling. What is Power Query Editor? Power Query Editor is a powerful data transformation tool integrated with the Power BI desktop application. It enables users to easily connect to various data sources, databases, etc. to perform um, transfer of data and load it into the Power BI. A data transformation and preparation engine, in short, you can say. We can do data connectivity, we can perform the transformation, we can check the step what we have followed, we can do the data profiling, and data preview also available inside the Power Query Editor. Power Query Editor user interface. This is a screenshot of Power Query Editor, and here you can easily find out. On the left you will get all the resources what you have connected, and right what all are the steps you have performed while doing transformation, and center you will get all the data saved in your dataset, and you can perform the transformation over there. I'm going to explain you one by one all the things what you are getting on the header side, like home, in the home, source, recent source, enter data, etc. and transformation, add column, view, tools and helps. Everything I am going to explain you. Let's jump into the tool. Let's understand Power Query Editor. As we know, Power Query Editor is a different window inbuilt in our Power BI desktop. So this is the window overview, user interface, and one by one we'll cover all the sections what you are getting in this window. On the left side you are getting data. This is our data source what we have connected right now. You can right click here and give few more uh, options. You can perform few more activities from here, like copy, delete, rename, and so many things. On right hand side you will find out the steps applied here to making the transformation or cleaning your data set. In the below bottom you can easily find out few more uh, data details about your data sets. And here is a button, close and apply. With the help of this button you can load your data set into your Power BI desktop. Jump into the home. In the home menu you are getting new source. You can add new source. You can access recent sources with which you have connected, and enter data. You can enter your own tables and things externally what you want to visualize on your desktop. This is a home, and then data source setting is there. You can make changes to your path, and you can edit the permissions and many more. Manage parameters. We can manage the parameters from this button. Refresh preview. If you have made any changes and you are not sure, yes, the visual what we are getting is not the correct one, you can refresh it because it is connected with your local files. Properties, advanced editor and manage. This is the related to the query. Manage column. You can make the changes with your columns. You can remove the column. You can remove other columns and so many things. We'll discuss everything one by one when we'll start working with the datasets. Keep rows, remove rows. This is the reduce rows. Sorting, you can perform the sorting on the columns. Split columns, you can split your column uh, on the basis of few criteria. We'll discuss in upcoming videos. Group by, we can perform group by task on the dataset. Then data type, you can, like, I have selected date here, so it is showing the data type. If you select this one, it will change the data type. Okay, you can make the changes on the help of this option. Use first row as header. If you are getting something which is not um, correct as a header, then we can use the first row. Replace the value, we can replace the values. Combine, we can combine tables, performing merge and append the queries. So it is just like our joins in SQL Server and append, like from performing the union activity in the SQL Server. Then text analysis uh, and version as your machine learning you will get from here because it belongs to AI insights. Let's jump into transform. In the transform again you will get few of the options what we are getting in the home, like group by, use first row as header, transpose, revert rows, count rows. These belongs to the column table section. Then any column. Related to the column, if you want to perform the activities, we have the options in this section. Then text column. If we want to perform the activity on the text inside your columns, then we have the split column, format column. We can make the changes, merge, parse. We can do these kind of activities with the help of these options. Statistics and standards, scientific things, these all are number columns. We can perform the activities on number columns. Perform any logical things on the numbers, we can do those things. Then date and time columns. If the column having date and time, then we can use these options like date, time, duration to perform the activities. Then R script and Python script is also supported by our Power BI. So we can use these scripts to perform the transformation. Now look into add column. In the add column, column form examples. With the examples, we can create your own columns, custom columns, invoke column functions. We can perform these tasks with the help of our data source when we are going to work with our data source in upcoming videos. Conditional column, index column, duplicate column, these related to the general activities with the columns. From text, these are the options: format, extract, parse, merge column. From numbers, statistics, standards, scientific, these are the options we are getting from here. From date and time, again we are getting date, time, duration. Text analysis, vision, assume machine learning, this is the AI insight. Let's jump into the view. Formula bar, query settings, these are comes under layout, data preview. We have these options, we can enable it and check one by one. Go to column, like this option is there which finds out the particular column. Always show option is there for the parameters. Then advanced, we have editor. Then query dependencies, we can use these things with to perform the dependencies. Dependency means splitting the tables or establish a relationship dependencies kind of things. Now we have tools. In this section we have four activities what we can perform: diagnose steps, start, stop, diagnostic options. We can easily find out everything from here. Help menu will like help you to find out guided learning sections, documentations, training videos, supports about your tools, Power BI blogs and etc. It is a similar thing what we are getting in our Power BI desktop overview section. In this lecture, we are going to learn add data sources and data set, delete unwanted data set, use first row as header, then split data into new column or new columns, then remove unwanted rows and columns. Keep watching this video. We have taken a scenario in which we have a raw data. In the raw data, we have unwanted rows and columns. We have the row contain null values. Header is at second row with the errors. First and last name in the same column. There are no year column in the sheet, so we are going to create that one. Email and mobile number in the same column. We are going to transform the data and get accurate, structured and consistent data for data modeling. Let's jump into the tool. This is our Power BI tool. Now here I am going to get a new resource with the help of Excel book, and I have taken this customer raw data Q1 as an Excel book. I am going to upload it over here, and it will ask us to load or make a transformation with the data inside our data sheet. It will take a few seconds and it will upload. The process of uploading the sheet is depend upon the data, how many data are there in your sheet. So now this is our sheet what we have uploaded right now. This is a customer data and we are getting all the records what is there in our sheet. We need to, if we want to load directly over a Power BI, it will help you with this button, but we need to perform the transformation. Need to click this one. It will jump you into a Power Query editor. This is our Power Query. In the left side, all the data set what we have connected right now, and the right side, what all are the steps we have performed for the transformation. So here we are getting numbers of records which we don't want this time. Numbers of data sets are there. So we can do one thing, we can just right click over there and you will get the option delete. You can delete this one by one, or you can do one more thing, you can select multiple of the data set and delete at once. Select all and delete. Cool. It's deleted all the unwanted data set. Then this is the data set what we have uploaded on which we are going to perform transformation. Thing, the columns are not in the correct form and our main header is on the second row. Okay, and at the first row null value contained. One more thing, our customer name, last name and first name both are in the same column, which also we want to split into two columns. Here the contact information, email address and mobile numbers, we have to split these two things into two different columns. We have few unwanted columns, like we don't want to show products name here, we have to add other product ID or something here. So, and one more thing, we have data but we require year also to calculate, analyze the data yearly. So we have only date, so we have to find out year, how we can collect year from this column. So this is our raw data on which we are going to perform the transformation. The first thing what I'm going to show you, this is how we can delete unwanted rows. For this we have the transformation in which we can apply the several activities on the row level. So keep rows, remove rows. We have these options. Just click on this one and check the options. Remove top rows, remove bottom rows, remove alternate rows, and many more. So here the null value containing in the top row. So we have to remove the top row. We have to select this one. It will ask you how many rows you want to delete from the top. Specify how many rows. Okay, only one row is there which is not in the proper form, so we have to delete that row. Correct. And one more thing, how to delete the unwanted column, like product is there, so we don't want this product here because product name will be there in the product table. Only foreign key we are going to use here, and here price per unit, total price, and all these things what we are getting here, it is going to into a product table. So here for now I am going to delete this column. We need to select this one and we have option remove columns. We can remove the column, and one more option is there, remove other columns. It will keep this one and remove all other columns. So click, you can choose option from here or you can right click here and remove the column. For now I'm just going to remove this one. Okay, so we have deleted the row in which we are having null value which was on the top, and then we have deleted one column, and all the activities what we have performed while doing the transformation, it is there in right side panel. We have removed top rows, we have removed the column. If you want to revert the change, you just have to click this red icon, click this one, again you will get that row what we have deleted. Okay, so this is the way how we can remove our unwanted rows and columns from our data set. In the header you are getting ABC 123 ABC. Click this one and you will get this inform you what kind of data type we have stored in this particular column. Okay, so ABC and all, if you want to make any changes you can change it. Okay, like this one is column order id. Order id, all are the whole numbers. You can do one thing, you can select this and make the changes. Not this one, sorry, we have to whole number. Okay, few errors are there which we are going to remove, because here the first row what we have made as a whole number contains text. Okay, so we are going to revert the changes, and this is the order id. First, what we need to do, we need to make this row as a header. So for that, in the transformation section you will get option, use first row as header. Okay, use first row as a header, we have selected, and see, we are getting everything on the right track. Order id and customer name, address, everything are there as we require for our visualization, for reporting our dashboard or report. Now this time it is showing A123, it is whole number, and for name it is showing character ABC. Same thing for this one, and if we scroll this one you will get for date, it is showing a kind of calendar icon. So it is showing that it is a date column. For price it is showing dollar, means it is a we can say it is a currency, it is showing the currency. So for now, what next we have to do, we have to split our first name and last name from this customer name column. Okay, we need to select this column and we have to jump into the transformation. In the transformation section you will get split column. Just click this one and use delimiter. Delimiter means what is the thing which shows you that both are the different one. It may be a comma, it may be a double quotes or space, but for me space. Okay, I am selecting this one and click this one. By delimiter, space is there from left one. Okay, leftmost delimiter, and I'm going to remove this one. Okay, it will split our customer name column into two different columns. In first we are getting the first name and second last name. We can right click here and rename it, like first name, first name, then right click and last name. Okay, now we have made two columns with the help of one column. We have splitted the information what is there in a single column. And similar thing we have to perform for this column, because in the contact information, email and phone number both are there. For that also same thing we have to do, we have to split column, delimiter, we have to correct. Last time we have selected the space because space was there, but right now we are getting comma and we have to select none. Advanced options are there, you can go through and explore it. We have to select leftmost and OK. So we are getting two columns, contact information 1 and 2. Again we need to rename it, this as a email and second one as a contact number. So we have splitted our single column into two different columns. Then the last one is how we are going to find out years from this date column. So in the add column we have an option like time, date, time, duration. So just need to select this column and go to this one, select year and only year. It will create a new column for year from this date column. So this is the way how we can get a separate column for the year and use inside our reporting and visualization. In this, we are going to learn insert an ID column, remove duplicates, merge two data sets, append a data set into another data set, and how we are going to remove unnecessary data from the columns. Keep watching this video. Add index column. Before adding index column in your data set, first you have to analyze and figure out all the null rows, all the rows which don't have values. Maybe you have the data set you have connected with your Power BI or query editor, they contains numbers of rows which don't have values. So for that, I have two sales record for group 1 and group 2 and the customer details. I have connected three data sets right now. So for group 1, let's check how many rows are there which don't have values. Go to the filter menu and select null. You will easily find out numbers of records which don't have values. So these are the rows where we don't have any value. So for that, what we have to do, let's revert this change and go to remove row options and remove blank rows. You have to select this option. It will automatically remove all the rows for which we don't have any values, and you will easily find out the step what you have performed. Same thing I am going to do for this one. Okay, here for sales G2, go to this option and remove the blank rows. Now again you will get same thing. Remove top rows, remove blank rows, filtered rows. So these all are the options what we are getting for this particular sheet, for this particular data set, you can say. Okay, so this is the way how we can remove the rows which don't have values. And next we have to add the index column. So for that, what we have to do, for adding any index column, we have to add new column. So that option will be in add new column group. Here you will find out one option which help you to add an index column. See, here is an index column. Just click this one and it will give you option from 0 or from 1. From, let's click on this one, from 0. You will get an index column and the value is going to start from 0, but the 0 will not work because you have the details in this one. Remove this one and again click this option and add from 1. You will get indexing for all your rows from starting from 1 to the end. So this is the way how you can add index in your rows and how you can remove rows which don't have values. Similarly, we have option to remove the duplicates. Here is the option remove rows. Inside the remove rows, you will get remove duplicates. You just have to select this one. Just click this one. It will automatically remove all the duplicates records from your dataset, and you will get the step what you applied right now. Similarly, you can perform same thing to this one. Remove duplicates. So this is the way how we are removing all the duplicates from our sheet or from our dataset. Append one dataset to the another one. Append is a similar task what we are performing with the help of union and union all in our SQL Server. So here append means we are going to append the data from dataset G2 to G1. So we just want to combine both of the records in a single dataset. So for that we have to select G1. We have one option append. Just need to click this one. It will ask you like which table you want to append. The current one is G1 and the data set what we want it's G2. Now we have to select G2 and it will combine all the data, all the records in a single data set. So this is the record what we are getting, and just we have to rename it because we have combined all in a single place. So it is total sales. Fine. Next activity is to merge two different data set. How we can merge and what is our goal to merge two dataset. See, this is a total sales dataset in which we have customer ID, but we don't know the customer name. So to finding all these things like product ID is there, employee ID is there, customer ID is there, but while creating any document, we can't display these things. We have to show the names to understand for the end users. So for that, what we have to do, we have two tables. This customer, in this table we have customer ID as well as customer name, and in the total sales we only have the customer ID. So what we have to do, we have to merge this table with the customer details, and we'll find out all the names which is related to the orders, that particular orders. Okay, so for that we have a inside the home we will find out merge. You have to click this option and you will find out these kind of options. You have to select that particular column which you want to make as a unique thing. It will work as a primary and foreign key, and I will explain you in upcoming videos. But for right now we just have to know this column id we are going to use for from the our first table, and then we have to select the other table from where we are going to perform the merging. So we have to select this customer details from where we are going to fetch the customer names. Then we will get all the records in this table. Again we have to select the columns, which columns we are going to map from first table to the another table. And here you will find out lots of options as you are getting in our SQL server. So here left outer, right outer, full outer, inner, left anti, right anti. So you will get all for left outer all from first matching from second. Similar kind of thing you will get from other merging conditions, join kinds. Okay, so for now we are going to just select left outer. We have to select this one, and then we have to click OK. So here we are getting lots of options. Just click this one and you will get numbers of things what we can use to perform our task. We can get any one of them to display over the visualizer, over our dashboard, or anywhere. So for now we are just going to check what else options are there. Use first row as headers, so many things are there, but right now we are not going to work any kind of activities right now. We just have to revert this one and you will get again these things. Okay, so here what we have to do, we have to just select this icon here. We will get numbers of records and we have to select only the name one. Select this one and press OK. You will easily find out the name against that particular order, and you can move this column from this place to the any other place where you want. Just behind this customer id we have the customer name. So you can rename this again as customer name. So this is a way how we are appending the tables, how we are performing merging, how we are removing the duplicates, removing the null values. One more thing, just I want to convey here, movement of the columns. We can move one column from here to here with the help of mouse, or we can select multiple of the columns at a time and perform the movement like this. Else what we can do, we can select the column and there is a dedicated function, move our column from here, from beginning, from to end, to beginning, left or right. Okay, so I have selected this two column and move it to beginning. You will find all those columns here in the beginning of this data set. Create columns using examples, remove columns, create a conditional column, filter and sort data in a column. Okay, keep watching this video. Column from examples. Note it from add column section. Column from examples. We are getting two options under this section. Okay, but right now I am just going to select one column. This is contact info, contact information, in which we are getting email id as well as phone number. So this is not the correct. We are going to split these two things in two different columns. Okay, and same thing we are going to perform with the name. Your first name and last name both are in the same column. So for that I'm going to perform column from example. Click this one. Okay, we have selected this column. So here what we have to do, we have to just uh, type what the things we want in different column. Okay, so here I'm going to just one, this is the phone number, just press enter. Okay, so here what we are getting, we are getting all the phone numbers. Okay, from it is remove, or it is created one new column, and here only phone number we are getting. Okay, so this is the way how we can get a unique set of data in a different columns with the help of column from example. If everything is fine as you or as your requirement, as per your requirement, you just have to click OK. So you are getting, and you can rename it easily. Rename this as mobile number. Fine. Same thing we can perform with this one. You need to just select this one, click this one, and pass the last name only, and created one new column with the lowercase of your last name, because I have given the lowercase here. If I made the changes here, let me do the changes. If I will make Okay, so enter. All the other columns have the same kind of name, like first name, first letter is in the capital. Okay, if things are as per your requirement, okay, you will get one new column with the last name. Remove columns. Few extra columns, like a column in which we have contact information and we have um, mobile number and email ID in the same column, so that we want to delete, we can remove simply from here. This is the way how we are going to remove the columns. And simply what I'm going to see, first name and last name is there. We can do one more thing, we can merge this column. Okay, option is there, and we can make this new column name as full name, and the separator will be space, this one. It will create a new column where we can find out the full name of the customer. And what we are going to do, we are going to delete this remove column and remove last name and first name as well. Similarly, we can do one more thing, we can select multiple column at a time and delete it. Like we can select this one and mobile number, delete, remove columns. This is the way how we can delete the unwanted column. Create a conditional column. To add a conditional column, you will find out the option under add column, conditional column. You just have to click this option and it will pop up a window. The add conditional column. It is mentioned over there. Add a conditional column, that is compute from the other columns or values. So what does it is going to do? It is going to perform the calculation on the basis of the values inside the other columns. Like here, it is a just like if and else condition. Okay, so what I'm going to do here, okay, uh, the column name what we are going to create it, it is a kind of rating. Okay, and column name on which we are going to perform the condition, it is the quantity one. Okay, and operator is equal to or does not equal to, is greater than or equal to, is less than. If the quantity is less than 5, then it is a kind of poor. Okay, you can add numbers of conditions. Okay, again, if the quantity is equal to or equals or greater than 5, it is good. Okay, and less than and greater than. Okay, we have put it this two condition for right now. Okay, else, like if it is greater than 5, less than 5, else we can say we have given only two conditions, greater than 5 or equal to 5. If it is greater than 5, it is showing good, and if it is less than 5, it is showing poor. But what will happen if it is equal to 5? Because for that we didn't give any output, any condition, so for that it is showing default value what we have passed, it is NA. Filter and short data. Here I'm going to perform the filtering on this customer name, or you can say the customer ID is there but we don't have customer names, so we are going to filter these kind of record where we don't have customer name. Just select this one, and in the field I have selected this one and remove this one. Okay, so now we are getting all those records which only have the customer name. Okay, they don't have like null full name in the ID. Correct. And here, if you want to sort the data, you can say according to the customer name, we have the option, click here and you will find out the sortings. Text filters are there, sorting alphabetically is there, we can easily sort by alphabet, and we can easily give all the conditions which we can find out in this options. Not only for the customer name, you can find out sorting options in all others column as well. Okay, so these are all the options what we are getting to perform filtering and sorting. Okay, hope you guys are getting these things, because in every column we have these options, so one by one you can go and you can check. But yes, see, if the employee ID is numerical. Here 1 2 3 it is showing, it means it is numerical. When you will click on the filter option, you will get number filters, and you can perform all those activities. But in the customer name, when you will click this one, you will get text filter, and you can perform everything which is related to your columns or your desired result. Analyze column quality and distribution, jump to a specific column, change text format, and fourth one will be the conduct mathematical and statistical calculation. Keep watching this video. Analyze column quality and distribution. Layoff list 2023. So this is the data set what I have connected right now, and in which we are going to perform, how we are going to check our column quality distribution. So to check those things, we have uh, several options. First, here industry type, you are getting green line just below the column name, but yes, you are getting gray line as well along with the green line. And here the total layoff, see, you are getting the gray line. So this is indicating that your data is not in a complete format form, the desired form on which you are going to perform the visualization. So for that, what we have to do, first we have to check the quality of our column. So for that, we have a tab, like here is the home tab, on which we are getting the common properties what we can use. And in the view, you can see these options are there, for which you can get the column quality. You have to check this box, you will get the column quality, and it is indicating like this. And the column distribution, you have to check this column, and you will get column quality and distribution just below the column name. Okay, and you can easily find out the way how your data is distributed in the column. See, in the first column you have 1000 distinct and 1000 unique, because it is the ID, it is not going to be duplicate, or it is not going to uh, empty or anything. Okay, but in the industry type, we have one unique and 30 distinct. Okay, and same thing we will get for country, city, and all for other columns. And here, see, for the layoff, we have several gray line is there. So here what we are getting the empty, it is 37%. Similarly, we can remove the empty from here. Total layoff, it, if it is empty, we don't have any value, we can remove directly from here. Click simply this button. Okay, you have removed all the empty what is there in the layoff. Right now we don't have error in any of the column, so we are going to create error intentionally. Okay, so for that I'm just going to make this date time. Now you are getting 55% error in this box. You can remove the error directly from here as well. You can remove duplicates, you can remove empty, and you can remove error from with the help of these header icons what you are getting while clicking column distribution and column quality. Hope you guys are getting these things. I'm just going to revert this again, because we don't want, if you want to delete this one, just click this one, this line icon, and remove this one. It is going to delete all the columns in which we are getting the errors. So this is the way how we are analyzing our data quality in the columns, as well as how we are removing the duplicates, removing the empty rows, and removing the errors. How we can jump to a specific column. So for now, I'm just going to revert all the changes what we have performed to analyze the data quality and distribution. And if you have numbers of column in this data set, and you don't want to drag these things, or you have little bit confusion whether you are pointing out the correct column or not, so here is the function. Go to the column, you just have to click this. It will reflect you all the columns what you have in your data set. Select this one. Okay, and directly you can jump on that column. Change text format. For that, jump into the transformation. You will get a option format. Here you will get the desired result what you require for your particular column or for your report or visualizer. You can convert all the text into lowercase, uppercase, capitalize each word, trim, clean, prefix and suffix also you can add. For example, I'm just selecting this industry and I want to make the text as a uppercase. You just need to select upper one. And for the company, okay, everything is fine. For city, okay, I'm just going to capitalize these things, capitalize each word. Okay, now it's done successfully. So this is the way how we can uh, make the changes in the text appearing inside your column. Conduct mathematical and statistical calculation. For that, we have to jump into the transformation, and here we have a group called number column. In this group, you will find out statistics, standard, and scientific. Few more options are there. You can perform over your column in which you have contained the numbers. Numbers will indicate like this 1 2 3. Okay, I'm going to perform few of the activities in the total layoff. So for that we have to select this column and you have to click on this one. You will get numbers of option which you can use to get the desired result. If you want to check the sum of total layoff, you just have to click this sum option. It will give you the sum. And same, you have other options which you can use: sum, minimum, maximum, okay, average, count values, and so on. Similarly, you have these options which you can perform. You have to select your column. Like here, I am just going to select this total layoff. We have these options. See, we have to add. If you want to add anything, like on the first row containing 360, if you want to add 10 in every row, then you have to click this one. It will show 370 110. Earlier it was 360 and 100. Similarly, we have other options which we can use to round off the values. Second one will be the create custom column. Third one will be the replace data in a column. And fourth will be the group data on a specific criteria. Keep watching this video. Round off the values. Now here I'm going to collect the numbers of staffs before laying off. So for that we have to perform a division operation between total layoff and percentage. For that, just we have to select this column and go to this standard. This you will get this from add column section. Standard, you will find out numbers of options are there which you can use while doing your mathematical operations. So for now I'm just going to use this divide, and it will give you this pop-up. You have to select use values in the column, and then you have to choose the other column with the help of which you are going to perform your mathematical operation. Select the percentage laid off and press OK. It will create a new column because we are using add column section, and after the performing mathematical operation over two columns, it is going to create a new column and the name will be like division. You can rename it with the help of this option and say total staff. Okay, and see here it is in a decimal form. Decimal will not going to work because staff should be 1 or 0 or 100. It is not going to be like 99.7 or 100.2 kind of thing. So for that we are going to perform round off. We need to select this column on which we are going to perform round off action, and here is the option. You need to go to the add column section and find rounding. You will get three options: round up, round down, and round with three dots. Here you can pass numbers of decimal place to which you are going to perform the rounding. So for now I am just going to round up it, and now you will get all the like whole numbers in this column. So this is the way how we are using rounding up, rounding down, or the round function with the required decimal places. Create custom columns. Custom column, we have option inside the add column. This on the left side corner you will get custom column. You just have to click this column and it will help us to add a custom column on the basis of our requirement. Actually, now in this video I am going to get the remaining number of staffs after laid off. I'm just going to click this staff, this custom column, and then custom column name we have to pass like remaining staff. Then I have to pass the formula which help us to calculate the remaining staff. Remaining staff will come with the help of total staff minus laid off. And don't forget to check this tick mark. This is showing there is no any error. Okay, press OK. Yeah, it will give a new column with uh, remaining staff details. Okay, this is the way how we are performing our mathematical task and creating a custom column. Okay, replace data in a column. To replace a value from your column, you have to jump into the transform section just after this home, and you will find out uh, one tab is there which is pointing for the replace with replace values. Just click this arrow button. You will find out two options. You can replace your all error inside your particular column, or you can replace the desired value. For now, I'm just going to replace a one value from this industry type. Okay, so for that I'm selecting this replace value, and in the place of food I'm just going to food replace from foods. Okay, press OK, and you will find everywhere where food was mentioned it was changed into foods. And same thing, you will perform any of your columns, any kind of replacement you can perform in your dataset with the help of replace value. Group data on a specific criteria. To perform group by condition on a specific criteria, we have to jump into the home section. In home you will find out option group by, and now here I am going to perform group by activity on city. On the city we are going to collect the layoff employees and total employees and what all are the remaining employees are there. So for that you have to select this city column and press group by button. This is a kind of button which show you this pop-up. You have to choose advanced. In the advanced you have these kind of options: new columns, operation and column. New column we just have to write down total staff, and here you are going to get sum, and the column name will be total staff. Then need to add one more like remaining staff. It should be the sum and the column should be remaining staff. And again I'm going to add one more for laid off staff. Need to sum and here total laid off. Okay, just click this button OK. You will get the outcome on the basis of cities. These are the things what we are getting with the help of group by. We have New York, we have London, we have other cities for which we are getting all the records on which we have performed group by. What is data modeling, why data modeling is important, and how to make a good data model. Keep watching this video. What is data modeling? In our Power BI, data modeling is a process of creating structure of your data that allows you to analyze it effectively. It involves below task and create a data model. Below tasks are there in the screen, bringing all the data together, organizing it into tables, define the relationship between the tables. With the help of these activities, we are going to get a data model. Key aspects of data modeling. Three key aspects are there: table, relationships, and star schema. Table. Your data is organized into table similar to a spreadsheet. Each table represents a specific category of data like customers, product, and sales. Relationship. You define relationship between tables based on common field. This allows Power BI to understand how the data in different tables is connected to each other. Star schema, a recommended approach to data modeling in Power BI, is the star schema. I will explain very deeply in upcoming videos in which we are going to know what is fact table and what is our dimension table. Okay, in star schema you have a central fact table containing measurable data surrounded by dimension table containing descriptive attribute. Okay, few activities we are performing while doing the data modeling, like creating conceptual representation of data, define relationship between data table entity, and define rule and constant. Rule and constant is also very important thing because we are going to create some default values of primary key, foreign key kind of thing. Outcome of the data modeling, what we are going to achieve when we are using this data modeling process. The data modeling process activity help us to create blueprint to storing data, processing data, analyzing the data, defining relationship between the data, creating columns and measures which we are going to use in our report and visualizer, creating hierarchy and filter with the help of which we are going to filter our data over the visualizer or over the dashboard or report. Why data modeling is important, why it comes into the picture when we are working with Microsoft Power BI. Usability, a clear data model makes report dataset easier to understand, navigate, filter for other user. Performance, an optimized data model allows for fast report loading and smoother data analysis, especially when you are working with a large dataset. Accuracy, defining relationship between tables helps ensure data consistency and reduce the risk of error in your report. With the help of data modeling, we will get clarity over to organize the data, data integrity to ensuring data consistency and accuracy, efficiency by improving load time, data retrieval time, and the query performance. Scalability to handle large volume of data set, data record, or reports. Flexibility, adopt the changes required. Whenever you want to change anything in between working with the data sets, you can easily make the changes. How to achieve a good data model? There is no any rule to make a good data models, but few important points we have to focus. I have collected 6 important points on which we are going to work. First, understand your data. It is good to understand your data, data sources, its connectivity, and the kind of data it's contain, and the relationship between other tables. Smaller data model. It is good to break down your big data set into few small data set. It will help us to make the changes if required and easy to handle all those. Start with right schema. For Power BI, it is recommended to use star schema in which we are going to work with dimension table and fact table. Define relationship between the tables. It is good to define um, primary key, foreign key relationship between the tables which help us to achieve the consistency and accuracy of the data. Consider a date table. It is good to create a separate date table to while creating your report or visualizer. It will help you a lot. Optimize and cleanness. It is good to remove all the errors from your data. It is good to remove all the blank cells and the empty cells you are getting in your report. We are going to learn type of data model, components of dimensional data model, and star schema data model. Dimensional data model is the recommended one which we are going to use in our Microsoft Power BI, and the star schema model. We are going to learn about these things. Keep watching this video. Type of data model. In our Microsoft Power BI, we have 3 kinds of data model: relational, dimensional, and entity relationship. Relational. Relational fields, like it defines the connection between tables based on shared field. Okay, one to one, one to many, and many to many. These are the 3 kind of relational data model which are existing in the uh, table and relationship concepts. So one to one, like one record, a single record in a table correspond to exactly one record to the another table. One to many, this is the common relationship what we are using in our data cycle or database management systems, okay, in which a single record in one table is linked to many record in another table. Many to many, less common but possible. It's require a base table to connect two tables with many to many records. Okay, dimensional. Dimensional data model is the main one which is recommended in our Microsoft Power BI. So we are going to completely focus on dimensional data model. Okay, it focuses on separation of factual data from descriptive attributes, make it easier to analyze trends and patterns. Okay, let's break down. There are three things in our dimensional data model on which we are going to focus: fact table, dimensions table, and relationship. Fact tables, this is the core of the model and contains the quantitative data that you want to analyze, often including measures like sales figure, inventories level, and website links. Dimensional table, in short, dim tables. Okay. These surrounded the fact tables and provide the context for the factual data that contains descriptive attributes that recognize the facts. Relationship, one to many relationships connect a dimensional table to the fact table. A single record from a dimensional table can be linked to the many record in our fact table. Entity relationship, similarly, entity and relationship. Entity is a kind of real world object like employee, staff, or product, or any other thing like real world things. Okay, so this is a, for example, entity is the sales context, like customer, product, order, or location. So this is the and entity you can easily recognize with the help of your table. Okay, and the relationship, yes, one to one, one to many, and many to many relationships are there between the when we are going to create the relationship between the tables. The dimensional data model, dimensional data model is the recommended one, so we are going to deep dive into the dimensional data model. Dimensional data model, we have four things which we have to know about the dimensional data model. Its component, okay, table, fields, fact table, and dimensional tables. As we know, it contains the building block of model to organize the data, contains one or more columns to specify the attribute of the column. Fields are especially the represent a specific attribute, can be different data type, date time, integer, number, boolean. Fact table, fact table is surrounded by the dimensional tables and it contains the measures or the metrics of the data model such as sales amount, total discount, profit margin, etc. It typically have one or more foreign key which are going to establish the relationship between the other tables. Dimensional table, in short, dim table, contains additional data related to the fact table. Okay, because we are going to use the foreign key in our fact table, so the main record related to the product, related to the customers, in the dimensional table we are going to say like customer address, name, reason, date of birth, contact number, etc. In the product name, product category, product price, etc. Okay, so these are the main components of our dimensional data model. Power BI, we are going to use the star schema. Okay, and it is completely depend upon our dimensional data model. In star schema we have a central table which known as fact table, and that fact table is surrounded by the numbers of dimensional table. I will show all these things practically when we will work with our Power BI tool. So this is the main concept behind the star schema model. In center we have a fact table which may contain numbers of foreign keys, which will be the primary key of dimensional table, and our fact table will be like surrounded by the numbers of dimensional table. The dimensional table contains the deep detail about your entities, like maybe customer table is there, product table is there, so in the customer table you will get everything about the customer, but in the fact table you will get only the ID of your customer, not the entire detail. But yes, if you want to fetch all the record with the help of customer ID, you will get everything related to that particular customer like contact number, age, date of birth, location, etc. So this is the main concept behind star schema data model. Here is the how we are going to distribute our dataset into numbers of table. So in the center we have a fact table, here only having the foreign keys from from the other tables and establishing a relationship between the tables. In the center, we have a fact table and dimensional tables are there, which is order status, fulfillment, customer, product, and shipping city. So from these dimensional tables, we are using only foreign key in our order table and report. That will be our fact table. Okay, and this is how it is going to work in our real world example. I'm going to show you on Power BI. Now, here I have connected one data source which is sales detail, and in this data set we have around 27 columns. So it is very tough to scroll every time and look into the errors, looking into the data consistency and other things. So, and one more thing, it is very tough to analyze everything in a single record. Maybe we will forget to add few more important details which requires while going to create a visualizer. So this is our main table on which we are having everything like customer detail, product detail, order status, shipping detail, fulfillment type, sales channel, and product ID, product category, country, state, shipping details, location, everything. So in this table we are not uh, getting everything in a very formal way because it is a very complex data set what we are using right now. So it is good to convert this entire data set into a star schema model, or we can say dimensional data model. We are going to divide all these details into few smaller tables, like having the columns 4 5 columns, and then we are going to create a relationship between fact table and dimensional table. Sales detail table in which we have 27 columns. I have divided these all records into dimensional tables. Like for customers we have one separate table, for fulfillment type we have separate table, order status we have other table, and for the product details we have created a new table with the column, like 5 columns are there, and shipping city. Okay, so there are 3 columns in shipping city. So this is the way how I have divided our large data set into smaller tables, smaller data set, and going to create relationship between that. And in the fact table now we have only 14 columns. Earlier, how many columns we are getting? We are getting around 27 columns. 27 columns are there, but now when we created a fact table and dimensional table, it is only 14. So it is very easy to analyze the record and make the changes if required. So these are the way how we are converting our data set into dimensional data model or star schema. After performing all the changes, we have these data set in our visualizer, and we can easily find out all the data related to those uh, tables and the relationship between those table and data. If you are not finding anything in your application, you can make the changes, you can create the relationship, like order status is there and order ID is there. You can just put it and make it as order ID. It will create a relationship between order status and order and fact table. Okay, this is the way how we are creating different tables from our complex data set, and we are going to follow the dimensional data model and star schema model which is recommended in our Microsoft Power BI. Relationship in data modeling, creating and editing relationship, and properties of the relationship. Keep watching this video. Relationship in the data model. As we learned in our previous videos, we have created fact table and dim tables from our raw data source, in which we have separated few of the columns from our fact tables and created dim tables. Dim table is actually going to act as a master table, like in which we are going to store product data, location data, or date kind of thing, status IDs and all, and customer data. Let's suppose we have these kind of tables, but we don't have any relationship between the table, and we want to access few records which is there in fact table as well as in product table. Like product id is there in the fact table, but we also want to display product name and category while doing the visualization. Then it is very tough to collect both of the record from the two different tables without any relationship. So for that we have to establish the relationship. We have product id, and respected to that particular product id we have all the details to our product table. So for that we are going to create a relationship. Same we have to do for the customer data, and similar kind of activity we are going to perform with the date table and the location table. In our customer data table we have cid, that was a customer id. pid means product id, location id lid, and date id did. So these are the foreign keys what we are using in our fact table. Those primary key is going to act as a foreign key in our fact table. So this is the way how we are going to create a relationship between table. Okay, let's jump into our tool. We'll go deep in these things and get to know how we can establish, how we can create and edit the relationship, and what all are the properties in relationship in our data model. So this is our data model what we have created earlier, and here we are getting several relationship automatically because our Power BI desktop tool is a very smart, and automatically it's identify the relationship between two tables. But see, in this case we don't have any relationship between dim date table and fact table. So here what we have to do, do we have to create the relationship, and for that we have to get the date id which is there in our fact table, and here we have the date id. So just simply we have to drag and drop this thing here. With the help of this activity we are going to create a new relationship between fact table and dip table. Okay, it is taking a little bit time because we have used record, that's why. Okay, and when you will click on this place it will automatically show you the relationship between the table and date id. Date id is there. If you click this one, date id is there. Okay, and let's I'm just going to remove all these relationship with the smart activities which is there in our Power BI. We are going to open this options and settings. Then we have options in which we can check uncheck few of the columns, few of the checkbox which help us to remove all the relationship. So here you will find out data load. When data load automatically relationship, it is getting loading all the relationship. Okay, I'm just going to remove these two things, click OK, and then we are going to transform our data again in our Power Query Editor window. And here what we have to perform, we have to do we have to for that we have to uncheck this box, and you will see the name of this table is in italic format, and other for which we don't have performed that activity, it is on normal format. So it indicates which of the table are going to load automatically when you are going to close and apply your changes on visualizer. Okay, so for that again I'm going to enable this one tool, then going to do all same for all. It will help you to identify which table is going to be load automatically while doing the visualization. Okay, so I have made all the changes. Just go back to our visualizer, and in this time what you will find out, let's give some time, it will load all these things again. Okay, automatically it is going to apply all the changes what we have performed in our query editor window, and then see what it does. It is not going to load any data because see we don't have any data here. So for that what we have to do, we have to go to the transfer data again, and again we have to perform, like which all table you want to load in our visualizer. For that, you have to enable load, then it will load. Okay, right click, load this again. Same thing I'm going to do for all the tables. Apply all the changes. But this time it will load all the records what we have there in our Power Query Editor window, and it will show you the data sets in your right hand side box. It's loaded all the things, but we need to check we are working with the relationship, so we have to check the relationship what all are the but see, we have unchecked few of the column, and now this time we don't have any relationship between any of the table. And as we know, our Power BI desktop is a smart tool. It identifies automatically what all are the, I am dragging all these tables here. See, we don't have any relation right now. So this is the way how we can remove all the relationship, and how you can check which all are the data set are going to be load, and what all are the relationship are there in your data sets. How to create the relationship between two tables. Okay, so we have the fact table. Okay, let's drag it in the center so it will be easy to understand. Okay, and I'm going to move this. We have the customer ID and the customer dim customer table is there. For that, to establish a relationship, we just have to drag and drop the respected primary key into the same column on which we are going to use as a foreign key. So now we have created one relationship between fact, sales details and dim customer with the help of customer ID, because customer ID is there in both of the table. Similarly, for date is there. For order status, ID is there, order status, and the order ID is order fulfillment ID, fulfillment ID, fulfillment is there. Okay, so for fulfillment, we are going to get this ID and drop it here. I have established the connection between all the tables with fact table. Okay, so this is the way how we are creating our relationship between fact table and dim table. Okay, next thing, how we are going to edit the relationship. So these are the line, it is showing the relationship and which kind of relationship it is. See, it is one and star is there, it means it is one to many relationship. One customer ID have numbers of sales detail in the fact table. Similarly, in fulfillment ID, date ID, product ID, and shipping city, order status. So this is one to many, and this arrow is indicating one to many. Okay, let's click on this one and right click. Okay, you will find out the properties. Click this property and you will find, because I have uh, taken the properties from this arrow, so it is going to display all the respective data only for this relationship. Okay, so what was that? The main table was the fact table, and fact table having a column customer ID. See, this is the highlighted one, and in our customer table, customer ID is the highlighted one. So this both are in relationship with the help of this column. Okay, customer ID is the column which establish relationship between fact sales table and dim customer table. And in the below, many to one and single. For this, okay, you can make the changes as one to one, one to many to many. Okay, as per your requirements, you can select and you can change these things accordingly. And cross filter direction means single or both. Just select both this time. Okay, and we are going to change 1 to 1. Automatically it is going to reflect a message, because this 1 to 1 is not going to work, because in the fact tables we have numbers of records with related to a one customer. Now I have selected these options and okay. This time I have selected both, so it is showing both directional. It means when we are going to perform any filter on fact table and the customer table, if we are making any changes in customer table, fact table is automatically going to be changed. Okay, similarly it is kind of vice versa. If you will change customer ID, fact table will perform the changes automatically, and you, if you are going to change anything in fact table while doing the filtering, automatically customer table will change. Similarly, you can perform same thing for other relationship, because we have fulfillment, we have product, we have city. Okay, these are the things what we can perform, how we can create our relationship, how we can edit the existing relationship. And one more thing, it is good to deactivate any relationship it not required rather than delete the relationship. So just right click on this one, it is the fulfillment one. Okay, I'm just going to click here, right click and go to the properties. In the properties you will get this option, make this relationship active. If you uncheck this and click OK, this line is going to be converted into the dotted line, and the dot that the relationship between these two tables are inactive. Making this as a active, again we have to go to the same window and check this. One more option is there which help us to make perform the changes on the relationship, that is manage relationship. Here you will get all the relationship what you have established in between your data sets, like fact table is there and true table is there. You just have to select and you can perform the changes with the help of this edit button. And if you want to create a new relationship, you just have to click new and auto detect. If there is no any relationship between the tables, then it is going to auto detect all the things. Okay, you can delete the particular relationship with the help of this window. These all are the things what we can perform while creating the relationship, editing the relationship, and all the properties of the relationship. And what else in this, because this is the main thing which help us to perform the modeling, because in the modeling we are distributing our raw data into fact table and dim tables, and fact tables and dim tables both are connected with the help of primary key and foreign key. So we have to know the correct way how we are going to perform the relationship, how we are going to create it, and how we are going to edit it. If you want to revert all the changes, we have to go to here and options is there. Then we have this load data, and if we check this one, it will automatically load all the data, automatically create all the relationship and reflect it over our dashboard. We're going to learn what is DAX, why we are using DAX in our Power BI, various uses of DAX in our Power BI and other tools, components of DAX expression, and the last one is DAX syntax, how we are writing our formulas with the help of DAX. Keep watching this video. What is DAX? DAX stands for Data Analysis Expression. It is a formula language and query language used for data manipulation and calculation. Data manipulation and calculation. Okay. DAX is designed to work with relational data and allows users to create custom calculations, measures, and aggregation in their data module. These measures and calculation, how we are performing, we'll check in upcoming videos. DAX is similar in some ways to Excel formulas, but it is optimized for working with large data set. It supports a wide range of functions for tasks such as filtering, aggregation, and performing calculation on columns and tables. Some common use case of DAX include creating key performance indicator KPIs. It is not a new concept in our Power BI. Actually, it is the older concept and reintroduced in Power BI and SQL Server analysis services. Why we are using DAX in our Power BI? The reason are as below. It is easy to learn similar like Excel formulas. If you work with the Excel formulas, then it is very easy to learn DAX. Scalability can perform operation on large data set. Yes, in the Excel some limitations are there with the data sets, but here we can work with a large number of data set. Flexibility, ability to perform custom calculation and create complex formulas. Integration, work with Power BI, SQL, SSAS, Excel. Advanced calculation, ability to perform complex calculation. So these are the main 5 reasons which force us to use DAX in our Microsoft Power BI. Various uses of DAX. Till now we know that DAX we are using to make the calculations. Okay, so all the things are going towards the calculation. It may be with the help of columns, with the help of tables, or any other things in our Power BI. So we have three main calculation what we are going to perform in our Power BI with the help of DAX. Calculated columns. Create a column with the help of other column. We are going to check this practically when we will work with our tool Microsoft Power BI desktop. Okay, we are going to create a calculated table, create a new table from two or more existing tables, and measures, create KPI for total sales, average age, customer count, etc. So these are the main three things what we are going to perform, calculate in our Microsoft Power BI with the help of DAX. Component of DAX. There are total 5 components of DAX. Function. First one is the function. Predefined formulas for calculation and aggregation used to manipulate data type and perform logical and conditional operations. The second one is operators. Operators, as you guys knows very well, plus, minus, star, divide, multiply kind of things are operators which we are using in our Power BI while using DAX command or syntax in our application automatically or concatenation operation kind of thing. Values and references include literal values like numbers, string, and boolean values. Include like references of column, measures, and other expressions. Data type, it is a component, DAX component, and in DAX we have several numbers of data type like boolean, text, uh, numerical kind of things used to appropriate data type to accurate calculation. It means we are going to convert our data into a appropriate data type to get accurate calculation. Okay, and the last one is context. Expression context decides scope of the calculation. Context can be a row or a filter or can get affected by another rows or and filters. Okay, these are the 5 components of DAX. DAX syntax. So here I have written down the DAX syntax. This first one is our new column name, what we are going to create with the help of these functions, these formulas. Okay, this is the name of calculated column or measure. Okay, count is a predefined function. Okay, there are so many predefined functions like count, max, mini, sum, average kind of things. Okay, numbers of formulas there which we can use in our DAX. And then dim customer is our table name in which we have a column customer ID, and we are going to count this customer ID to get total customer. So this is the syntax what we are using in our DAX. DAX operators and categories, DAX functions and its categories, and best practices for writing DAX formulas. DAX operators. DAX operators are symbols or characters used in DAX formula to perform mathematical or logical operations on expressions, values, and columns. So this is the thing we have to note down: expression, values, and columns. We are work on these things with the help of DAX formula. In Power BI, DAX data analysis expression is a formula language primarily used for creating calculated columns and measures. Calculated column and measure, how we are creating, we will work on that thing when we are going to work with our Microsoft Power BI tool. And it is working with these formulas in our data module. DAX operators are symbols or functions used to perform operations on values in expressions. So there are total 15 DAX operators which we are going to use in this lecture, in this entire course, and all are below, like plus, minus, greater than, equal to, and, or, and these operators are categorized into different sections. DAX operators categories. So there are total 5 categories under which all the 15 DAX operators falls. So that 5 categories are as listed here: arithmetic, comparison, text concatenation, logical, and membership. Arithmetic: addition, subtraction, multiplication, division comes under arithmetic. Comparison, like equal to, greater than, equal to, less than, greater than kind of thing. Text concatenation, like we are going to concatenate text string in our column or in our tables in our data module. Logical, and or not, return true or false as per our argument. Membership, in, not in. So these are the two which falls under membership. So these all are the 5 categories under which we have total 15 operators, and we are going to use those things in our Microsoft Power BI. DAX functions. In Microsoft Power BI, DAX functions are predefined formulas used for data manipulation, calculation, aggregation, and filtering within Power BI reports and data models. DAX functions are pre-built formulas used in DAX expression to derive insights from data for visualization. So, insight of data for the visualization, it helps us to get all the insights. So, these all are the few functions what we are going to use in our Microsoft Power BI while creating visualization and performing the calculation over the values, over the columns, or on the tables. DAX functions categories. Actually, we have categorized all the functions inside our Microsoft Power BI into 6 different categories. What all are the categories? Aggregation, date and time, tax, logical, filter, and relationship. Aggregation. So these are the 6 which we are going to use in our Microsoft Power BI while creating the DAX function or DAX formulas, because DAX in our Microsoft Power BI, there are so many functions are there which is already created by Microsoft, and we just have to use it while doing calculation, performing the aggregation kind of things. So these all are the 6 uh, functions and its category. So aggregation, used to summarize, aggregate data, include sum, average, man, mix, count kind of things. Date time, this function manipulate like the formatting of date or calculating the year from a date, getting the date, find out the quarters kind of things. Tax, concatenation, left, right, length, upper and lower kind of uh, functions are there which we can use. Logical, these functions evaluate logical conditions and return true false results, okay, like if, switch, and, or, and not. Filter, in and not in, returns true false as per our argument. Relationship, these functions manage and utilize relationship between table, like cross filter, related table kind of things, okay. So these are total 6 categories of the functions which we are going to use in our Microsoft Power BI. Best practices for writing DAX formula. So I have collected few of the points which help you how you can create a formula and how what all are the steps you will follow and get the best practice to create the DAX formula. So the first one is use clear and concise naming convention of table, columns and measures. It means the name of columns and table should be a kind of like It will be easily memorable and easily identify. Use comment to document the purpose and logic of your expression. Like, purpose and logic should be very clear for your expression. Optimize formula for performance and test them to ensure expected result. So before going live or before sharing your report, it is good to perform the testing over your created formulas and check the expected result. Use basic component of DAX and break calculation into manageable steps. Use best practices for data modeling and avoid Use best practices of data modeling and avoid redundant and unnecessary data with the help of cleaning, with the help of removing null values, duplicate reports, kind of steps what we have done earlier. So these all are 5 main tips which help you guys to create a DAX formula and writing the script or writing the logic while creating DAX formulas. Calculate average sales, calculate the sum of quantities sold, calculate total sales, count column entries, and the last one, how we are going to extract year from date column. Keep watching this video. Next one is we are going to calculate average sales. So for that we have already connected our Power BI application with the previous data source, and here we have all the data sets and tables. So here we are going to create a new measure in fact sales table. This is our fact sales table. In this table, on the basis of amount, we are going to get the average sales. Okay, so first we have to right click here, then new measure option is there, just we have to select that one. It will allow us to get a um, the box where we can write down our formulas. Okay, so here we have to write down average sales equal to one function is there, AV. Just write down AV, it will show you average, and here it will show you all the columns on which you can use average formula. Okay, so here we have to select our dim our fact table, and the fact sales we have to select the amount, and we have to close this one. Press enter. It will create a new measure and measure how you can identify what are the measures in this data set. Measures always have this icon, like a calculator kind of icon will be there with our measures. So average sales is there. How you can check the values and where you can use this value. Okay, for that we have to jump into visualization, report view. Here we can use this. So this is a card, and inside the card we can use this measure. Okay, we just have to drag and drop this, and it is showing you average sales what we have calculated and for what we have created the measure. Now the second task is to calculate total quantity sold. So for that we have to use sum function on quantity column. For that we have to create new measure. Right click here, you will get new measure option. You need to select that one, then it will open a formula bar where you can write down your formula. This time we are going to calculate total quantity. So total quantity sold is equal to sum, enter. Then you can easily find out your table here, that is fact, and the column is quantity. Have to select this one and close this one, enter. Now this time it will give you a new measure, and you can visualize that measure over a new card. Add a card and total quantity measure you will get here, total quantity. Okay, you just have to drag and drop this quantity, this card. Okay, this is the total quantity what was sold by the client. The next one is we have to calculate total sales. So for that what we have to do, we have to create a new measure on fact sales. With the help of that we can create a new formula on formula bar. in which we are going to multiply per unit cost with the quantity sold. Okay, so we'll check total sales by customer is equal to some x we are going to use this time. Okay, and here we have to use a table, then expression. Our table is fact sales, and then the column which we are going to use is fact sales, first the quantity, and then we have to multiply this with fact sales amount per unit and close this one, enter. Now we have a new, we can increase this one. We have a new measure, total sales by customer. To identify, to get this thing over a card, we have to add a new card and then just drag and drop. Okay, so this is the total sales what was performed by that customer. Okay, so this is the three things: first average, then total quantity sold, then total sales by a customer with the help of per unit cost and the quantity was um, sold by our customer. Fourth one is how we can count the entities or the entries inside a column. Like if anyone asks you to find out total number of customers, so for that we have to create one new in the sales. Okay, and here we have to find out customer count, customer count equal to, we use count, enter. And now this time we are going to use dim customer table, because in the dim customer table customer id is there which we can count how many customers are there. Press enter. Fact sales customer count is already used for the measures in fact sales. Choose a different name. Okay, so we can use count by sales, enter. Now this time we have to use one more card and just drag top customer count by sales. Okay, total 1000 customers are there. So this is the fourth thing, how we are going to use the average, sum x and count. Now we are going to extract year from date column. Actually there are so many options are there, you can easily find out while going through the videos how we are extracting year from date column. But here we are going to write a DAX expression to extract year from this date column. So for that we have to create a new column with the help of this button, and while creating a new column it will automatically open this formula bar where you can write down your formula. So this time we are going to extract year, so accordingly we are going to name it like shipping year equal to. For that what we have to do, we have to use this date. So for that we have to use date, dim date, this one. Okay, and then we have to select which kind of output we are going to get. What is your goal? Date is there, day is there, month number, quarter number, and year. We have to select this year and press enter. It will automatically extract year from your date column. Now it is showing year in a separate column. We have created a new column and we have written down this tax expression. So this is the way how we are going to extract our year. Not only year, you can also see, create one more column I will show you how it is. Again, if you want to get the month shipped, okay, equal to, then uh, uh, dim date is there, and along with dim date we have to use this date column. Okay, then we have to select this one, then it will show you the month numbers. Let's enter. Here month number is there, what we can use while creating our visualization, charts, graphs, etc. Change cross filter direction, then apply conditional rating. Third one will be the calculate cumulative sales, and the fourth one will be create a table for key measures. Keep watching this video. The first one is change cross filter direction. In this we are going to learn how we can use numbers of entities in a single table and get the correct output as per our requirement. Here we have several relationship between fact sales table and the customer IDs and product IDs. So for that what we have to do, we are going to get a table in which we are going to count all the sales on the basis of product category and count of the customer aligned with that product category and that sales what they perform. So this is our Microsoft Power BI tool. Here our tool is connected with our data set previously on which we are working, and we have few relationship what we have created earlier. On the basis of that relationship we can able to get few of the record or report in which we can use multiple data from other tables. So here we are going to calculate total sales on the basis of category and the customer count. So for that we are using this table, and inside the table we are going to drag our sales. This is the total sales what we are getting by the customer. We are going to divide this total sales into on the basis of categories, product category. So the product category is there in our product table. Let's drag and drop product category. Here we are getting all the sales on the basis of category. And now the next task is we have to uh, divide this sales and this category on the basis of our customer count. So for that we have to use customer. We just have to drag and drop this customer ID here, and we have to make the changes here, count. Okay, this time the data what we are getting in our table is not correct, because for count of customer ID it is just showing 1000 for all the categories, and this is not the correct one. To remove these kind of errors or false information, cross filters comes into the picture. So for that we are going to create a measure. Right click, new measure. Measure name should be count of first for category sales. We can mark as this one equal to. Now this time we are going to use our calculate function. Calculate, and this inside this calculate we are going to use the count, and this count is going to performed on dim customer ID, because customer ID we are going to collect this one. Then next we have to perform our cross filtering. Cross filter, and the cross filter is going to work between two columns. First one is our fact sales customer ID, and second one will be the dim customer and customer ID, like fact sales customer ID comma dim customer ID. And then we have to use both, because this is the function which we are going to use to remove this error what we are getting in our table. Close this, and we have to close all the other uh, brackets. Press enter. This is the formula what we have created to perform these kind of calculations. We are performing cross filter on both of the tables. Let's check whether we are getting the correct values or not. We have created this measure and bring this measure here. So now we are getting the correct count of the customer on the basis of categories. The next one is calculate cumulative sales. This sales is going to give us the record on the basis of date of shipped. On which date how many sales client has performed. Below is the formula which we are going to use while creating cumulative sales. Here we have cumulative sales based on date. Calculate is a function, predefined function inside our Power BI filter, select all and max. And here we are going to use our dim date table, dimensional date table, and total sales what we have created as a measure and date. Let's jump into our tool. New measure like cumulative sales based on delivery date or date, shipping date, etc. So we have a shipping date here. So on the basis of that we have created a measure. In the measure, okay, we are using calculate total sales. This is our measures what we have created to get the total sales. On the total sales we have used the filter, and inside the filter we are passing our argument like selected, dim date, and this date. The date what we are using here is the date inside our table, dim date table. This is a dimensional date table what we have extracted from our data set. Then again we have to use this expression to get the cumulative sales based on date. So this is our full formula what we are writing here, and now we are going to visualize it over a visualizer. So again we are going to take a table to visualize this, and here we are going to take our total sales, then our date, cumulative, then the date. Here we have to use the date only. See, here we are getting all these record like year, month, quarter, etc. and etc. But what we have to use only the date. So for that we have to use only date. It will show you the entire sales what client has performed on the date wise. Like this one they have performed this much total sales, on this they have performed this one. So this is the way how we can collect the cumulative sales. We can calculate it and display it over our visuals. The next topic is apply conditional rating. How we can apply the condition over a column and create a new column. Let's look over our tool. So this is our tool. Here we have a dim fact sales table. Inside that we have column sales. On the basis of sales we are going to create a conditional rating column. Rating like if sales is ever within 2000 then it is excellent, if less than 500 it's poor, and else average. So how we can do this activity? Just click here a new column. New column help us to create a column with the conditions. We can write down DAX expression and create a new column with the conditions what is your requirement or what the data you are going to visualize over your chart, graph or dashboard. So here I am just going to create a rating column. Sales rating equal to, here we are going to use if function. Okay, then it will indicate what all of the thing we are going to use inside this function, like logical test, result if true, result if false. So here we are just going to give fact sales, or you can type sales, directly will jump here sales. If sales is greater than 2000, correct, then comma the result will be excellent. Correct? Then second condition, to add conditions one by one, just comma you need to use here. It will separate the condition. Again, need to use if. Then the second condition will be if sales is less than 500, fact sales is our column. If it is less than 500, then the result will be poor. And else, the else thing we are going to write down at the end of this formula. Else will be average. Close the bracket. Again close the bracket. Press enter. Now look at this column. After refreshing it, the new column will get all the related ratings on the basis of sales. You will easily find out here. So here what we are getting, we have three type of rating here: average, excellent, poor. If you want to check how many are there in poor, you will get easily. Correct? This is the way how we can create a rating. Not only for the rating, we can just differentiate or divide our entire sheet, entire data into the few of the categories. The next topic is create a table for key measures. So here inside our fact sales table, there are numbers of measures which we have created, but it is recommended to create a separate table for the measures. How we are going to perform this activity? We have a enter data option is there inside home bar. Just click this one. You will get this kind of pop-up and you have to rename it here like KPI and measures. Press enter. So at the end it is visible KPI and measures. So inside this table we are going to transfer all the KPIs what we have created inside our fact table. So for that what we have to do, we have to select this one, and here you will easily find out name of that KPI and home table. You need to change home table here to KPI and measure. Similarly you have to perform for this one, and for found customer this is the way how we can transfer our all KPIs and measures inside a new table, and you can easily find out all the KPIs inside this one. This column one not required, so we can delete this one. We can delete from model. What is data visualization? Importance of data visualization in our practical life and the way we are going to create our dashboard and report. What is report? Some common visualization present in our Microsoft Power BI dashboard, and at the end we are going to create a report in our Microsoft Power BI desktop. Till now what we have learned, the section what we have covered: introduction of Power BI, connectivity and transformation, data modeling, DAX, and now we are going to learn report and dashboard. So in introduction what we learned, what is Power BI, what is BI, and how it is going to change our thought process. The second one was connectivity and transformation, how we can connect several type of database data sets in our Microsoft Power BI dashboard or desktop. Data modeling, how we can convert our raw data into meaningful dimensional tables and fact tables. DAX, in the DAX we learn to create the formula to get the KPIs, create the measures, create the calculated columns, and many complex things. And now we are going to learn report and dashboard. What is data visualization? Data visualization in Power BI is a crucial aspect of data analysis, enabling business to collect the valuable insights from their raw data quickly and effectively. In short, transforming raw data into a meaningful insight. Okay. Power BI provides visualizations such as bar charts, line charts, map, cards, tables, and many more, which we can use to create our report or dashboard. In Power BI, user can create report visualization by dragging and dropping fields into a canvas. It is very easy to work with our Power BI desktop because everything is ready over there. We just have to drag and drop the visualizations in our canvas and we can share it over the network. User can also apply filter, group data and perform calculation to create more complex visualization. As we worked with the DAX operations and all, we have created KPIs, measures, calculated columns, and that time we are able to track that values or data into our visualization. We'll check all these things when we are going to work with data creation, table creation, report creation, or dashboard creation. Created visualization are used to explore the data, identify patterns and trends, and communicate the insights to others. With the help of dashboard or report, it is very easy to identify the patterns and trends, and quickly we can grab the insights of their business. It is very easy to pass the things to the end users to get all the details in a single view. Importance of data visualization. With the help of visualization, we have so many points which we can highlight here, but we have collected few of them, which is very important to understand how this visualization is going to be help us in a practical life. Better understanding of data, improving communication, faster and better decision making, increasing accuracy, better collaboration. Okay, these are 5 points what we have collected. Better understanding, like humans are visual creatures, so it is very easy for them to grab all the important insights of the business from a visuals. Okay, data visualization help translate numbers into a visual context, making it easy to grab the information and identify trends that might be missed in our raw data. Improve communication. Like data visualization are powerful communication tool. They help to present data insights in a clear and compiled way, making it easy to share findings with the colleague, with the company, with the stakeholders. Fast decision making. Like with the help of this, it is very easy to make your decision quickly with the help of graphs and charts. By turning data into visual stories, data visualization empower users to make informed decisions based on the evidence on the dashboards. Increase accuracy. Like by looking the charts and visualizations, the end user can easily find out the accuracy of the data what they have provided to the end users to create the dashboard. Better collaboration. Uh, with Power BI, user can create interactive dashboard and reports that can be shared with colleagues, enabling better collaboration and decision making. So these are the 5 points which is which uh, give us enough evidence to use data visualization rather than using the old fashioned trends, tabular form or the raw data kind of thing to perform the activities, to make the decisions, to check the accuracy kind of things. What is report? A report is a collection of visualization, charts, graphs, tables, etc., and other elements such as images or text box, which are based on data imported into Power BI. Reports are typically created to provide insights and analyze on the data. Users can design report by selecting the appropriate visualization and arrange them on a canvas to tell the data-driven story or to communicate key findings to stakeholders. Visualization, interactivity, customization, data connectivity or connection, shares and collaboration. So these are 5 features what we are going to use or going to these 5 features are going to help us to create a report with the help of good visualization, interactivity, like easily we can filter the things, filter the records, customize any point of time. We can customize is easily. We can make the changes over the charts and graphs. We can use the cards and KPIs, and the filters we can perform. Data connection, we can easily connect several types of databases or data sets like CSV file, Excel sheet, text file, or SQL server, APIs, all those things. Sharing and collaboration, we can easily share our created report over the Power BI services with the connected networks. They may be your colleague, your manager, reporting manager, or the stakeholders. So these are the features and the definition of report. Some common data visualization. And here I have collected few of the visualization which is very frequently we are using while creating our report or dashboard. Like cards. Cards are there to represent the KPIs or the calculated values, measures, etc. Pie chart is there. We can perform the pie chart. We can use pie chart on the basis of total sales, on the basis of countries, total sales on the basis of genders, total sales on the basis of currency or the status. Like we have column charts, we have dongle chart, we have clustered bar chart. Here we have line chart in which we can compare like your past revenue, current revenue, and expected future revenues. And the map we can use if in any data sheet we have locations and countries, then we can use map, and you can get these kind of bubbles over the map. On the basis of revenue generated, you can change the size of that bubble. Here few more visualizations which we are going to use. Like this is our slicer. Slicer means with the help of slicers we can perform a kind of sorting or filtering, like drop down what are performing. We can perform, we can give the limit like 1 to this rank we want the record. It will easily slice, it will filter the record and display over our charts. Here is the drop down. This is also comes under slicer. There are so many options which we can select, like slicer, select all, or single select kind of. Area chart is there which we are going to use while creating a report. Then waterfall chart is there, and matrix is there. And matrix we can easily find out the columns, and at the end of columns we can get the like what is the summation of these things and what is the average. We can change these things on the basis of requirement. So these all are few commonly used visualization in our Microsoft Power BI desktop. Let's create a report in our Power BI desktop. So this is the data set, and now I'm going to add one new page here. Correct. This page, page 2, we need to right click here and rename. Okay. We can say sales underscore new. Okay. So this is the new sheet, new canvas on which we are going to create our report or dashboard, you can say. Correct. When we click on this is our canvas. Okay. Click on this one. You will get all the properties which is related to this page or canvas, you can say. Page information, you can rename it from here, and few more options are there. Same thing, canvas setting is there, canvas background is there, canvas wallpaper is there. Click on wallpaper, click on this option. It is good to add a background image. Okay, this is a background image what I have um, uploaded over here with the help of this box. You have image fit option is there, fit or fill, fit, and transparency you can set. I'm setting 40%. This is the way how we are going to add background image in our report. You can also add canvas background image from this place as well. Let me select this one. Okay, so you can add similarly, you have same options there, fit and transparency. You will get things here and you will get correct. for now I'm removing this one. Let me check again. Canvas background, we have given the color and transparency. I'm going to use mark as 100%. Correct. So only wallpaper image is visible right now. Let's add one card here. Okay, this is a card, and I'm going to add one measure here. Measure like total sales. Correct. So total sales is this much. We have created measure earlier. Okay, you can refer our previous videos to get to know how we have created measures and how we have created new table where we have collected all the measures. So this is our card. First thing what we need to do, we need to add a title here and need to remove the total sales what by default we are getting. Click on this one, format your visual. Click here and in category label uncheck this, we may mark as off, and then go to the general and in the title click here and add total sale. Now the heading is there, you can say title is there, and we have options are there. You can make the change the font size, font type, text, and along with these things you can also make the background. Let me check the background what we can put. Background blue, text I'm going to put as white, alignment center, and what else is there, title is there. Okay, we have done mark as 15. Yeah, then come down effects, and this is the background. We can choose the background color. I'm choosing this one, mark as this one. Then put the transparency as 60, 55. Directly you can put here like 50. After the background we have visuals border. Open this one, make as on. Visual borders I am selecting as white, and the round it is good to mark as 20. And the last one and main important thing is shadow. On shadow white, and you can put the offset and the position of the shadow, right corner, top, kind of things. So this is the card what we have created, and it is looking nicely. We have made all the changes over there. Just click this one, Control C and Control V. It will help us to create new card with the same properties. For this we are showing total sales. Now we are going to show total customer. Total customer, drag this total customer and put it here. Fields, not total customer. Again we have to change the title. Go to this property, come to general, title is there. You can mark as total customer. Correct. Same, Control C, Control V, total product, it is for total product, and here title total product, and for the total product we have this one, total product, and we need to go to the visuals, this one, correct, and drag total. Now the total, it is representing the count of total product. Again Control C and Control V. Now we are going to get total country here. How many countries are there, or you can say cities there, total city. Okay, drag and drop here, total city. Here this is for sales, customer, product and country. Again we need to change the title. Here this is city is total city. Sorry, it is not. Control Z. We have to change this one, total. Okay, now we have all these four KPIs. We'll put it here, or we can add the text box here. for details or for anything. Like if you want to add the text box here, you can easily drag a text box here, and all the properties what we have made the changes, you can mark the quick details about sales. Okay, you can make the changes here, you can increase the font, you can make the changes, you can highlight this like blue, you can background color also you can change the format, etc. Correct. And for text box also you will get these kind of properties. Now these are the card, this is the text box what we have used. Move this to this and this. Okay, these all are the cards. Now I'm going to add a column chart. So we have a column chart, and in the column chart we are going to represent our customer and total sales, or in the fact sales table we have amount per unit, average sales, and what else we have total quantity sales, total sales. We can click this sales. Okay, sales is there, just click this one. Let's check what it is going to. Total customer and customer sales both are there in the y-axis, but we don't want both of the thing on y-axis. Drag this to the x-axis. 1 second. Okay, this is total customer. We don't want total customer, we want customer IDs only. Okay, customer ID is there, x-axis we can use customer ID. So it will show you the all the customers and the sales what they have performed. Correct. Similarly, we can use pie chart. In the pie chart we can use our total sales from this one and total sales, then we can use product category, product size we can use. See, we have these many size categories are there. We can easily use the size, and on the basis of size we have all the sales it is representing. Correct. Similarly, we can use dongle chart is there. For dongle chart we are going to use total customer and country. Total customer is there and total city is there. On the basis of city ID we can find out in the place your product customer and customer detail, product shipping city is there, we can country. Okay, so it is showing the total number of customers in all the countries what we are getting. Okay, this is total customer and total country. These are the way we can use our table values as well as our measures in our report. We have line chart here. Okay, line strike chart, line chart is there. You can use this line chart here, and in the line chart what we can do for x-axis, we are going to put our year in x-axis. Okay, we have shipping year in x-axis. Okay, and in y-axis we are going to put our sales. It is showing yearly sales, how our sales is fluctuating in between. Correct. And the next what I will show you, dongle is there, size chart is there, and area chart is there. Similarly, area chart also performs same thing. Okay, in the area we can do one thing. We can use in y-axis total product, and in x-axis we can do one thing. In the product we have size. Okay, we can use this size in x-axis. So this is the way, this is the size and this is the total product numbers what we have collected with the help of measure. So this is the way how we are putting the values and how we are creating the reports in our Microsoft Power BI. Create the KPIs, make the changes on the background, make the changes on header. Similarly, what the changes we have performed for um, this card, we also can do same thing for this pie chart, dongle chart, line chart, column chart, and all other chart. Just we need to click here, go to the property window, values are there and the general properties are there. Detail level, if you want to change this detail level from the header level, you can change this one. Legend is there, slicer is there. Legend, if you don't want, you can easily remove this. Slicer is there, rotation is there. In the general, similarly you will get title is there. Title, if you want to change, make any changes in the title color, title background, title uh, font size, anything in this way. If you want to change the background of this one, go to the effect, background is there, make the background as uh, 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 this one, and transparency mark as 50%. Visual border is there, you can make border. Shadow is there, shadow on. So many properties are there which help you to create a UI which suits better for your requirement. These are the way how we are using our KPIs, our charts in our report. If you don't want to make the changes every time in all are your charts, what you need to do, you need to just delete these all charts, remove from here, remove this from here, remove this from here, remove this from here. Okay, we have made all the changes for this chart. Okay, here we have put all the changes. If you want to make the similar kind of chart with the similar properties, just make Ctrl C and Ctrl V. Okay, it will give you the new chart. You just have to go and change the chart type. Now dongle chart is there with the same property what we are using for pie chart. And if you want to change uh, Ctrl C, Ctrl V, with the similar properties you will get pie chart as well as column chart. Here you can use this pie chart, and line chart is there. See, line chart also with the same background, with the same heading, with the same kind of properties, you can easily get this line chart as well. Okay, just drag and drop with the help of mouse as well as with the help of your arrow keys, you can make all the changes here. And at the end I'm going to Control C, Control V, put it here. I'm going to use here line chart. Okay, line chart with the sales. Okay, this is the line chart, and here I'm going to use for y-axis should be total sales, correct, and x-axis I'm going to use customer first name. I have created customer table here, bin table, customer name is there, x-axis customer name. Now this is the way how we can, you can also make the changes in the color, font size what you are getting here. Okay, do one thing, remove this size from here. Okay, and go to this one, grid line is there, zoom is there, lines are there, lines for all. If you have different axes are there, then you can make the changes. Lines are there, see here you can make the changes. Solid, which kind of line you want to change the color, you can easily do. Like if you want black, you can black, and transparency should be there. Total to black is there, we have made the transparent. Strokes, linear, solid, you want dotted, you want dash, you can make the changes with the help of these properties. This is the way how we are going to create our report in Microsoft Power BI desktop. And then in the next lecture I'm going to explain you how we can put filters in this reports, and how we are going to share the report over the Power BI services, how we can use filters, how to use visualization as a tooltip, and how to remove filters from visualization. Let's jump into our tool. Yes, this is our tool, and here I have created one dashboard with the help of our previous dataset. Like dim and fact tables are there, what I have used, and filters are there, what we are going to use to filter our values in this section. Okay, and here KPIs are there and visualizations what we have. What the thing in this lecture we are going to learn? We are going to learn how we are using these filters, as well as how we are going to use a report in tooltip. Like when we are hovering our mouse in this report, we are getting a chart rather than we are getting like text or something what we are getting by default. Okay. So here I have created one tooltip like chart, and here different charts are there which we are going to use in our dashboard, or you can say report. And one more thing what we are going to learn in this section, how we are going to exclude our visualization or our report from being a filter when we are selecting anything in these drop downs. Okay, so I'm going to create a new report here in which I'm going to add one visualization, this one, and here I'm going to add our total sales on the basis of total, not total, order status ID. Okay, so this is our one report, and another one I'm going to take this dongle chart, and here I'm going to add total order and going to use year in this total order. Sorry, it is not going to work here. We have to add year in this section. Okay, so year wise we are getting orders. You can change the borders, background, as I have explained in previous videos. Please go through that videos and you will easily get find out how we are going to change the look and feel of our dashboard and visualizations. Now here I am going to add one slicer. This is the slicer. Click here, and here is the option you will find out. Click here and go to this one, add data for start visualization formatting. Okay, we need to add the data. Here I am going to add shipping year. Click on this, need to select this one, and you will get these kind of slicer by default, where you can pass maximum and minimum. Then you will easily identify the changes what is we are getting in our reports. But one more thing is there, you can easily click here, you will find out it is suggesting like go to the format, slicer setting and option. So click on this one and go to the this sign is there which indicates formatting the visualization. Click here, you will find out the options, how kind of slicer you want in your report. Drop down is there, tile is there, between is there, less than, and greater than and equal to is there. Select drop down. Okay, here we are getting slicer as a drop down, correct? And when you are going to select these things, you will easily find out the things are changing in these reports, in these charts and graphs. Select another one, you will easily find out other details. Okay, so this is the slicer what we have added, but few thing what we have to know to learn everything about the slicer. Okay, click on format, you will easily find out two things. One is edit interaction. Okay, with the help of edit interaction, what we are going to perform, how this slicer is going to work in our charts. Here you are getting this none option is there and filter option is there. If you select this filter option, then when you are performing any change in this drop down, the chart will perform accordingly. But if you are going to select this button, okay, let's check. I am selecting here 2021. Okay, let's select another one, 2019. This chart is getting changed, but we are not getting any change in this chart, so we are exclude this chart from the performing any change on the basis of this slicer. Okay, let's add one more chart here for more clarification. Okay, I'm using this column chart here, and here I'm going to add few records like total order on the basis of country. Customer is there, fulfillment is there, order status, shipping city is there. On the basis of country, I am going to use this thing. Okay, on the basis of country, we are getting records in this chart. Let's change the value here. Okay, it is making all the changes accordingly, but what we are getting, we are not getting any change in this chart. Okay, so this is the main thing what we are going to perform with the help of this function like edit interactions. Okay, inside the view you will get one more thing. Select this slicer and go to the view. You will find out few more options like filters, bookmarks, selections, performance, and sync slicer. So this is the sync slicer. What we are going to what kind of activity we are going to perform with the help of sync slicer. Select this one. We are getting few options like this is the shipping city, and this is the options what we are getting here. Page 2, it is there in page 2. This is the page 2 and the slicer is there inside the page 2. But what the options we are getting, we can use the same slicer in other page as well, like sales detail is there, page 1 is there, page 2 is there. Jump into page 1. We have few things but not that slicer what we are getting in page 2. Sales detail, we have numbers of filters are there or slicers are there, but not that one what we are getting in page 2. So what we have to do, select this slicer, go to the sync slicer and select for page 1 as well as page 2. You can remove this one accordingly. If required then okay, otherwise you can remove this one. Okay, and then check page 1. We are getting slicer here what we have added in page 2. Okay, and sales detail slicer is there what we have added in page 2. So this is the way how we can use same slicer in different pages. For now I am going to remove these things. It must be there in page 2 and going to remove from page 1 and sales detail. Jump into page 2. So this is the way how we are going to use slicer and how we are going to exclude our chart to be sliced or to be filtered. How? Click on format, edit interactions. You can easily find out options here like this none sign and filter sign. Okay, next thing, we have one more option is there inside this view, this filter option. What is this filter options doing here and how we are going to use this thing? Just select this one. You will get filter option here. This filter option, while creating report, you can filter out the data what you exactly want to represent. Select any of the chart. I'm selecting this one. You will get these kind of views or options what you have to add. Okay, total sales is there and add the field to here. Total sales we are performing, but what we also want to restrict few of the things or want to add few more filtration over there. So for here I'm just going to add you can say shipping year, and if shipping year is greater than or equal to okay 2024, display only those record. So I have added one filter here, the record which is greater than, for which we have year greater than this one or equal to this one, it is only going to perform these things over there. Okay, here you can easily check these things. For that, what we have to do, let me cross check everything is going perfect. In the format, slicer is there, select this one. Okay, then click this. I'm just going to remove this one, so it is going to filter out. I'm going to select 2021. No records are there, it is blank. Select 2024, we are getting the record. So this is the way how we are performing filter with the help of this filter pan, and from where we are going to get it, inside the view you will find out these things. Okay, slicer, sync is there, and filters are there. So this is the way we are doing filtration and slicing the records and providing the options to the end user to slice the record or filter the record accordingly. And the next thing on which we are going to focus, it is how we can add these kind of tooltips. Okay, I have added tooltip here. This is the tooltip. Actually, this is a chart what we are using for the tooltip. Jump into page 2. Here we have charts, but we have the uh, regular tooltips. It is a kind of total sales and shipping kind of things. But we want to add a tooltip while we are moving our mouse on this chart. For that, I am going to add one new page. In this page, click here and go to the page size. This is page 2. You can name it as tooltip 3. Okay, and allow use as tooltip, make as on. In the setting, it is automatically using this tooltip. Okay, type tooltip, and here we have to align is in center. This is the page setting what we have to perform first. Then we have to add one chart here. In this chart, we are going to add total customer, and the total customer on the basis of country. I am going to slice it on the basis of country. Okay, we have the total customer on the basis of country in this report, and we want this tooltip 3 to become while moving our mouse in these sections. Okay, so for that we have to select this one, go to the section. Here, me move this, general settings are there, and you will find out tooltip. Okay, by default it is on because it is representing the default things what we are getting. But yes, this time we are going to add our tooltip 3 here, and what we are getting, we are getting a graph on the basis of how we are moving our mouse over in this section. Create one more. Here, go to this one, page we are rename it as tooltip 4, use as tooltip. Then inside the canvas, tooltip is there, and do this middle. Okay, and I'm going to add one dongle chart on the basis of total order, or you can say total sales on the basis of year. Okay, on the basis of year we are getting sales here. And in the page 2, I am going to add this tooltip 4 on this chart. Select this chart, go to the setting section, and inside the general you will find out tooltip. In the tooltip, I am going to select this tooltip 4 here. Okay, so while hovering our mouse here, we are getting all the records what is related to these sections. Okay, so it is changing accordingly as we are selecting the sections. So this is the way how we are using filters, how we are using slicers, how we can use slice um, slicing our reports on the basis of the requirement, filters, and what is the difference between filter and slicer. Actually, this filter, we are the developer or the designer is going to use these filters, but these filters are not going to help end users to make any filtration on the reports. But our slicer is a kind of UI what we are going to provide to the end users and start making the changes accordingly. So this is the way how we are going to use filters, how we are going to um, use slicer, sync slicer, and how we are going to use our chart as a tooltip. How to start this journey? I have collected total 4 main points which help us to start our journey and get PL300 certification. Give at least 1 hour every day. Create your own expense data sheet to boost your interest. It will be good to visualize your own expenses. It may be quarterly, weekly, monthly, or yearly on a dashboard. Find out complex data set from our website clearcatnet.net and use it for the practices. Refer clearcat.net YouTube channel to get interview question and answers and prepare for the examination for PL300 certification as well as for the interviews. Thank you for watching this video. See you in upcoming videos.